Welcome back to another rebuild on Madden 24. I'm just kidding. Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24. This time it's going to be the Green Bay Packers, my favorite team. Unfortunately, did lose to the San Francisco 49ers. I'm actually recording this before the Sunday games are played in the morning. So, I apologize if the Buccaneers, Lions, or the Bills, Chiefs outcome in this sim isn't correct. But yeah. Another Green Bay type loss, huh? Just had to be. Of course, it helps falling for that, what the hell's going on here? But it helps falling for that whole, tagline that has been, the motto of this, whole season, really, especially the late, last couple of weeks, is, Green Bay doesn't, they're not supposed to be here. So, playing with house money and, it doesn't matter as long as they give it their all. Well, they were a couple of minutes away from making the championship game as this young team, so that doesn't really help me feel any better, especially when there was so many controllable things and uncontrollable things that could have went our way. First and foremost, at the end of the day, the Packers made too many mistakes that they should have won the game, and that's on them, right? But at the same time, you do gotta call out when refs are bad, right? You can say all the PIs that Green Bay got, they're all legit. At the end of the day, if it's a legit PI, even though we all hate the underthrow PI, it's legit, right? What are you supposed to do? The defender tackles the receiver before he even has the ball even close to his hands. It's PI. It's just how it goes. If they change the rules, say underthrown balls can't be PI, the defenders are just going to purposely tackle. So there's no real winning in that situation. It is what it is. That's how it goes. It's annoying as hell to see, but it's a legit call. I'm not even going to say, the Packers with there was a couple face masks that didn't call. That happens all the time too. But the line judge, I don't know what he's going to do with the money that, cleared from the check, but hopefully he gets himself some nice cars or something. I don't know what he was seeing all night. The ball was being constantly placed. Maybe there was some in Green Bay's favor as well on the other side. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased as a Packers fan, but there was some really bad spots, especially on that, was it the first drive? I don't remember. It was early in the game when Green Bay went for it on 4th and 1. It was a terrible spot on 3rd down, and then when Love was literally on the line with the ball, they marked him almost a whole yard short, and then they reviewed it and said it was clearly short in the shortest time I've ever seen. I've seen clear-cut possessions take 10 times as long as that. And I get it in the end of, in the playoffs, they're trying to shorten that stuff. You can definitely see that with some of the reviews we've seen this playoffs, but it was super sus. And then also there was images after the fact where San Francisco basically thought they were Green Bay and they were on the whole side of the field. I don't know what was happening with that line judge, but I got to be honest with you. If there was ever going to be a rigging controversy, that line judge needs to be the first guy investigated because holy crap, he was terrible all night long. But anyways, like I said, all bull crap aside, Green Bay had the game won and they choked it on their own. Jordan Love, maybe Green Bay needs a quarterback. I'm just kidding. Jordan Love, he had a couple of bad plays in there, but Purdy looked just awful in that game. So just to put in comparison, with Purdy having less pressure, because Green Bay just wasn't playing as well on defense. They played really well, don't get me wrong, but they weren't playing as well as the Niners because they're the Niners after all. And Purdy still having better weapons. He looked terrible, and Green Bay just let him off the hook. 2 interceptions, one of them most certainly could have went for a pick. Nixon, the kick return guru he is, maybe gets that touchdown as well. Missed opportunities there, that's on them. That 4th and 1 where, the line judge was terrible. Maybe he kicked that field goal instead, but then again with Anders Carlson missing that 41-yarder, maybe he misses the other one anyways. But obviously, going into the actual players themselves, Aaron Jones just proving once again he is one of the best running backs in the league. 88 overall is harsh. I remember EA talking about how injured players, we don't lower their ratings because of injuries. Well, you did for Aaron Jones, because look at the way he's played the last 5 weeks. The most 100-yard rushes in a row in Green Bay history. I think 5 straight, and he is cooked. That without Aaron Jones, the Packers aren't even where they are right now. Of course, David Bakhtiari, we're likely going to be trading him here. I think you could easily, or Green Bay probably might have to release him, but at the same time, the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, they hear David Bakhtiari is again, going to be a free agent. maybe Aaron Rodgers pushes for him. I might try to get a second-round pick off them. I know he hasn't played much, but at the end of the day, when he does play, he is one of the, maybe even the best tackle in the league. I ain't going to lie. But top 3 minimum. It's just he doesn't play. So I don't know, but Rodgers got that pulling power now. I mean, they put so many eggs in the basket. Did I miss some of the other offensive players? I did. The wide receivers, I don't know how they did it, but these wide receivers are actually really solid, and the Packers' offense was looking pretty unbeatable for a while. And, once again, a couple of mistakes in that game. But that weather, it played a big factor. I'd say on both teams, really. Like Purdy, a lot of those throws probably are a little bit cleaner if it wasn't for the rain. So, it was a tough one to deal with. Kenny Clark being an 84 overall, especially after the way he just played. And I know the ratings aren't going to be reflectant of the way he just played because, this weekend of playoff games isn't even over yet. But, man, what a game he had. I mean, he was cooking. 84 overall is harsh for him, but, once again, I'd say he gets a couple of bump. I think he should be at least an 86, 87 because of that one game alone. Cornerbacks, obviously, still just so many injuries. Safety, Green Bay probably needs to take safety in the first, 3 of them, maybe even in the first 5 picks. Linebackers, Devondre, he had a better game, and Quay was okay, but definitely not the best group. But in Madden, I might have to keep them around. Rashawn Gary being 85 overall, I don't know what the hate is for Green Bay as of late. Lucas Van Ness, he's been kind of a rotational guy, so it's hard to really judge him, so I don't blame them. Preston, 78, I think is fine. But yeah, there's a lot of things to fix on this team. We need cornerbacks, maybe one cornerback. We need safeties. We need an edge rusher potentially, unless Van Ness can develop. We need inside linebackers. The whole D-line needs to be replaced probably. O-line, guys like Tom and Runyon are fine in real life, but in game, especially Runyon, that's a low overall, right? That's not going to work out. Musgrave and Tucker Kraft, hopefully we can develop them. And then hopefully we can develop the wide receivers. I think it's weird because Christian Washington should be the number 1, but with all those injuries, I don't know if you can trust him to be out there enough to be the number 1. Turning into grandma there, but Romeo Doubs looks promising. Jaden Reed looks promising. Wicks looks promising. I don't know if they keep Bo Melton. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. But they got a really good wide receiver group. Just needs more time to develop, and this could be one of the toughest offenses to stop for years to come. All right, this is... I don't know, dude. The Buccaneers versus the Bills. EA's got some sort of agenda going on here. You never know. It could happen, I suppose. But, wow. Bills win the Super Bowl over the Buccaneers. That would be... I don't think anyone would have seen the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. That's what EA thinks. Looking at the team, I'm glad Jordan Love got that dev up because he probably should at least be star anyways. So this, I can live with a 79 overall star. He's definitely a higher overall than that, but I get wanting to wait a little bit to see if it was a 1-year fluke or whatever. The Packers did have a pretty easy schedule this season. Still barely made the playoffs. Defensive DevOps doesn't appear to be the case. Eric Wilson, lifetime contract coming up, obviously. The fact that Nixon fumbled and he dove as a linebacker perfectly on that thing while it was still bouncing was absolutely nuts. I mean, we see how hard it is to recover fumbles. Crazy move. Darnell Savage had the worst game ever. And him or Kevin King? I don't know. Definitely Kevin King, but still, some mistakes. But we have 30 mil. I didn't really get to see the re-signings because we only just got here. 5th-year option for Stokes. I mean, at this point, has he even played a collective whole year? I don't even know. A.J. Dillon, injury timing not great for him, right? Where it's a whole recency bias thing. The Packers do love their 2 running backs. I don't know. John Runyon. I mean, I might have to separate realism with Madden here a little bit, right? I think I have no choice but to separate realism and Madden. John Runyon in real life, I think they try to rekeep. Especially on a 2-year 10, they would absolutely do that. But in game, I got to replace him. Same with Savage. Well, not even same with Savage. 100% Savage is gone. Dillon, in real life, there's a good chance they keep him. In game, backup running backs don't matter that much, and I don't know. I've never really seen him dominate. Whelan, he actually had a pretty good year, right? So Daniel Whelan, I think, gets a contract, I would say. Something like, I don't know, something like this. I don't know if it's... Does he realize? There's no way he would decline that in real life. But, yeah, there's just no way. Eric Wilson, I mean, for the memes, but like at the same time, I can't do that. Yash, I think at this point he probably tests his free agent value and says there's got to be a team that'd be willing to pay me at least 8. There's got to be at least a team on a 1 year just because he's pretty good value, good depth. Jonathan Owens, as much as he's got a cool wife, I don't know about that now. Nixon, this is another contract that in Madden probably doesn't make any sense, but very good value in real life. He's been a pretty damn good slot corner and, one of the best returners in the league. Bo Melton, it's another situation where it's like, yeah, in real life they probably keep him, but I can't, dude. I just can't do it. Like, we have too many wide receivers that aren't getting fed as is. Wicks is the 4th wide receiver, and he's not going to play. There's just no point. There's just no point in Madden. In real life, you can rotate these guys left and right, and, you get 200 yards out of them in a season, and it's worth that $2 million because he can make a huge play. But, yeah, I think most of these guys are going to be letting go. And I paid A.J. Dillon. He's too good of a guy to let go. He's too good. Green Bay loves him. Even though he hasn't been the best on the field, oh my God, Jalen Johnson. That is an interesting name. That is a name that I have not seen in a while, and I have seen some things. I'm just saying, I've seen some things about him potentially not returning, but gotta be honest, he had his best year as a Bear. There's no way they let him go, right? Unless he decides he wants to go, there's no way they let him go. Surely. But I might still want to make a play. I still, even though it was probably a good decision in the end, I still kind of, remember the days of Green Bay trying to get Kyle Fuller and it didn't work out. What's the, so historic championships he wants, warm weather state, he's sick of Chicago, Super Bowl chase, playoff contender. I mean, these are valid reasons to leave Chicago. I'm just saying. They're valid reasons. 4 year 60s. No way he would, be worth only a 4 year 60. The way he played, he's like a 4 year 75 minimum. And I think if I'm gonna make this argument for Green Bay, which I don't think they even are in the market for this high of a level cornerback, man, I don't even know if we can afford him. I got to first check, right? We got $6 million left. Who do we got to pay? Because Jordan Love's gonna need a contract, and he's gonna be asking for like 40 per. David Bakhtiari, obviously, we save slight bit. That contract is actually correct. That's exactly what he's being paid. So, yeah, he actually has that right. Penalty on Kenny Clark. We got to get past that year. And as much as I love Aaron Jones, we need him to go as well. I love Aaron Jones in real life, and I hope he plays till he's like, I hope he's like at least above average till he's 32. But in game, already dropped 3 overalls, and he's being paid $17 million. I mean, you can even argue that maybe it's time to get rid of him this season. And then, of course, the restructuring all these years with Preston Smith is just coming back to haunt them. At least he's been a decent contributor. But, yeah, there's some contracts on this Packers team that maybe they're okay in real life, but they're absolutely horrendous in-game to deal with. I mean, do we have to pay anyone, though? Like, we got to pay Kenny Clark, but we'll let him go. Aaron Jones, we'll let him go. Jordan Love, we have to pay a lot. But that's fine, right? I think we're fine to pay Johnson if we want to. But I don't know if I want to. Also, Kyle Duggar is terrible. Look at that zone coverage. No man, terrible zone. He's actually so bad. And we get Jalen Johnson, which is, I mean, it's weird for me because I just don't see how he leaves Chicago. But once again, we're playing in the realm of Madden. And I think more than most, I try to keep it as realistic as possible when it comes to those free agent signings. I've seen some rebuilds where, everything's free game and fair game, which, in fairness, it is what it is, to each their own. But, for the most part, I do keep it to where it's like, I don't believe this guy's going to be a free agent. I don't keep him, I don't go for him. But this time, Jalen Johnson, I mean, I've seen Chicago lose some cornerbacks in the past, so I let it happen. And as far as David Bakhtiari goes, I don't know if the Jets can afford him, but I'm trading him to the Jets. I didn't even want Laken Tomlinson, but we trade David Bakhtiari off for a third this, a third next, and Laken Tomlinson. I'm not sure exactly what the value is of David Bakhtiari. You're like, he's on the older side, obviously, but you're paying for that potential. A franchise tackle has immense values. Obviously, he's not that many years left in the league, and that injury is concerning, but You know, if Rodgers really pushes for him and, you know, that's the one team calling really hard, I mean, Green Bay has that leverage, right? So, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I think we saved a little bit of money, like $7 million technically, it seems like. But we also have Laken Tomlinson here, who probably needs to go. I'm not sure how much of his money was like in guarantees. It surely wasn't much. Yeah, we probably need to let him go. I can't pay that. I'm gonna end up releasing him here. Give him a chance out in the free world, the free grass, if you will. But yeah, I think there's a good chance that we're going to be looking to draft defensive tackles, safety, and O-line. That tackle position for us. Walker actually kind of came on pretty decently for Green Bay. Don't know if it's going to work out for us, but I would love for it to. Center, I mean, at least he gets the calls right at the line, it seems, and he doesn't snap the ball over the head of Love, I guess. But yeah, they need a new center as well. And wide receiver, I'm hoping it works out, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I was a huge Christian Watson fan going in, you know, to drafting him, but with the injuries, I don't know if I see him as the guy. I really don't, but we'll see. Running back wouldn't hurt, but yeah, the defensive line, the safeties, those are like the real big issues on this team. And here we go. The Packers have pick number 25. I would like a little bit higher than that, but I know it's not going to matter anyways because the DT Newton is almost always gone by like 13 or something like that. But we'll keep our eye on it just in case. But Newton would definitely be my number one choice for the interior. I don't think it's going to happen, though, and I just don't think the Green Bay Packers, who are building something here that are really young and they have time, should be trading up for one singular player. They're not that type of team right now. They're just not a team that is one away. They're a team that could win it right now. And, you know, if not for mistakes, they could have won it right now. But they're a team that doesn't really just have one glaring need. The Giants getting Caleb at 7 is insane. The Brock Bowers going to the Jets as much consistently as he has is also pretty insane. The Bears going edge. The Vikings getting Newton would be so painful because I wanted him, so now I get to see him for, I mean, how long now? What about the tackles? Because last time it was like Joe Alt and them were still there. I don't know. I think Morgan's good, but I kind of feel, I can't remember, but I thought I seen him as a normal dev, but I don't know. Because if not, he looks amazing, and it's a sell if I don't grab him. But I swear, I thought he was normal. I think so. And of course, corners, like a billion of them when we don't need one, technically. Also, Nubin, was he Nubbin? 23. Okay, that's why I didn't have him on my list. And then Alt does go at 15, in fairness. So the first cornerback off the list to the Jaguars. Fuaga at 17. Jaden Daniels. McKinstry. Nubbin. I don't know if it's Nubin, Nubbin, whatever. Nabber's all the way down there. I mean, wide receiver is definitely still an option, but I just don't think Green Bay needs one in-game or in real life. Definitely not. Do you go with Sweat? He's like a nose tackle. I mean, Green Bay could use all the D-line talent they can get. I don't know if nose tackle is the biggest need. Nah, they do need a nose tackle, don't they? I don't know. We might go with the nose tackle. We'll see. Landon Jackson, I think he's a little undersized for the interior, but it's an option. Is safety there? Did we have a first-round safety? We have edge, but I think we're fine. We have... Oh, Kinchins is a 3-4? I thought he was a 2-3. Okay, we'll take that. I mean, that was one of the guys I wanted for sure. I don't know about these first-round safeties. Well, the first-round safety. The other ones are gone. I guess I go with the nose tackle. A first-round nose tackle, but if he's good enough, 46 bench press reps with a bunch of Bs, I'm going for him. And he's hitting. Fair enough. I mean, basically, I had to get a first-round defender just to keep the ball rolling. Guyton went right there. I would have definitely taken him if he was there. What other positions? Any O-linemen? All the tackles are gone, which is crazy. Well, all the left tackles are gone. Well, right tackles are gone too. Trey Benson, running back. You wouldn't think Green Bay would be this high on a running back. I think they are. If a guy as good as Trey Benson is there with that speed, I don't see why Green Bay would pass. Their season almost came to an end because Aaron Jones went out. I don't see how even a first-round running back with that knowledge would be considered an overpay or an overdrafting. I think it would be it's a little high, But I don't see why that would be a bad call. But then again, you have Bullock there. Even though his zone is C. I really want Trey Benson, though. You also do have Landon Jackson, who I'm pretty sure is Bs across the board. He's pretty strong. Don't know a whole lot about him outside of that, though. We have other guys as well we can take. Guard wouldn't be the worst either. Someone like Cohen or Barton. But running back is going to be a problem for us. And what about Sanders? 21 years old. I think he's a bit slower. Yeah, Benson is like elite, though. So fast. I'm taking Trey Benson. Hidden development trait, 93 speed, 94 excel. I don't care. Green Bay needs a running back. Aaron Jones is great, but Aaron Jones, if he goes down, the Packers are screwed. I don't care. I don't care if they got some okay performances out of guys like Dillon or Wilson. They're not number one running backs. Green Bay needs a true running back that can take over if he has to. And, I mean, why go with good enough when you can have next level? Like, go for next level. Barton went late as hell. And, of course, to the Eagles. There's a lot of actual draft picks themselves to move up, but we keep 57. But we ended up trading 72, 91, and a fourth, I believe. No, 72, 96, and a fourth to move up to 51 with the Rams, which I think is fine. Rams, I don't know how many draft picks they have, but they need a lot of players. So for them, quantity may be more valuable than quality. So of all the teams to trade with, I think that's actually a super realistic one to trade with. Not that it really matters. This is a little bit of a jump, but I kind of wanted to go with Cohen, and then I forgot completely about Hayes. We could definitely use multiple linemen anyway, so it's not like we're completely screwed with that decision. Got a couple of corners that can maybe play safety as well. Sainris still looks like a good slot corner, which Nixon's decent, but I'd kind of like someone that I could develop more. And then with our second-round pick, I might go with Kinchins because he looks really good. But I think I'm going to go with Cohen here. I think this is one of the guys that I have not drafted in this class, so I have no idea if he's hidden or not. I'm praying he is. 2 to 3. I'm done. I know another player I'm not drafting. I'll tell you that much. Definitely not drafting him next time. Now we're going to be taking Cameron Kinchins. He's probably like, a guy we could have taken like pick 3 in the third, but I'm just going to take him now. And not hidden development trait, normal development trait. But that's okay, I suppose. We definitely maybe should have went a little bit higher with safety. Got to be honest. I pulled the real-life Packers, not getting what we needed and selling pretty late. Braid could be a name. There's a bunch of different safeties here, so I think we're probably chilling. Cornerback, maybe. O-line, we could definitely use another guy. Frazier, I'm pretty damn sure is normal dev. But options are looking kind of low. So we're probably going to go until it's like, nah, we got BB, actually. We're fine. We could use another DT, though. You know what? I'm just going to move the next pick. We don't have much draft capital. We really don't. So it doesn't matter if players that we want are starting to go and we're down to the last option or not. We can't really trade up. Like, look at our draft picks. We have no 5th next year. We have no picks this year until the 6th now. We just can't afford to trade up anyway, so I'm just hoping somebody's decent here. Haynes is still there. What about safety? Braid is still there too. We basically need brand new starting safeties, but O-line is up there too. And if I get Haynes here, if he's hidden or not hidden, I know for the future, hey, is there a hidden here? No, I'm going for Haynes. Okay, no, never mind. No hidden linemen in this class at all. This is a little bit of an overtrade, but a 3rd next year for 2 5ths and a 6th this year from the Browns. We're, a little desperate, and these are players, these are positions that we can actually get potential starters out of. With this pick, I think there is a lot of safeties, but I think I want James Williams. I'm going to give him another chance to develop into a starter. He's huge. He's got a little bit of athleticism, and Green Bay's kind of coveted that lately, so I think that's a pretty good fit. We're going to move on to 22. Maybe all the players that I have on my list are gone, but I could barely even trade to get to where we just got, so I'm just hoping somebody's here at this point, and sadly the DTs are gone. I suppose we go with the cornerback, Haddon, even though it might be Hayden. He's 23, but he's like one of the last decent players left, so why not? Sadly, 91 speed with normal, but it is what it is. I regret that trade so hard you don't even know. But at the end of the day, it might have been a late 3rd. So what can you do? We're going to take another safety, Catalan. 88 speed, 90 excel. I feel like he was better in last year's real classes that we've seen. But at the end of the day, we needed some depth at safety, and we got it, I suppose. Kicker, I think Gabe Jackson was the best elite kick power. I think he was. Normal dev, 97 kick power, though. Do we have some controversy? And DeGuara is gone, so the Packers lost their third-round fullback, so we're going to need a new fullback. Paul McFarland, who is 23. He's kind of the best-looking player that there was there, so, I mean, it's the really only option I had. I don't know how to feel about this draft class. I'd be, honestly, as a Packers fan, pretty disappointed if this is how the class ended. I like the running back. I suppose I like the nose tackle, but not a huge fan of the rest of the class. We got some safeties, got some linemen, but as far as like the projection for these players, the guards, they look like they're going to do nothing. So basically it would be two, a second and a third round guard that was just a bust of a pick. But in real life, you never know with those players. But yeah, it's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing seeing, these 71 overall normal dev linemen, but what can you do? Let's take a look at Benson, though. We have ourselves a future running back to replace Aaron Jones with, and he looks really good. He's probably going to be the number 2, so A.J. Dillon was a little bit of a waste, but I suppose if Aaron Jones is gone after this season, we have Dillon to back up Benson. Star development rate, nothing insane there, but we got ourselves a future player. 31 looks pretty cool. Kind of looks like David Johnson a little bit, kind of the same style. And then Sweat, 74 overall, which is not bad. Maybe I should have went with like Landon Johnson or something, but not the first round, but you know what I mean? Like could have had him in the second round as well. But what's that dev looking like for Sweat? Star dev, kind of expected it. Looks so thin for 362, but that's EA. Kinchins, though, 74 overall. We live with this. 80 zone! We definitely live with that. That seems like better than B. Well, in Madden, I suppose, but in real life, I guess that's very fitting. And then Williams, he's going to be raw, but 74 zone as well, pretty fast with that height. And yeah, the O-line I am disappointed with, without a doubt. But whoever the smallest is probably going to end up playing center or likely plays center in the future. I don't know. We might have just took 2 guards that just suck. Just remind me, unless it's first-round players, which I'm not going to probably do often, to not draft O-line in real-life classes. And just don't do it. Wait for the following year and get like 45 of them in the CPU class because there's like too many in the CPU. Also, another fitting thing to do as a Packers fan. See ya later, Royce. No, thank you. And honestly, I don't know where to go with Anders Carlson in real life. Mason Crosby as a rookie wasn't great either, but missing this many extra points is crazy. As far as in-game goes, though, there's no contest, right? Gabe is way better. And I know a gut reaction would be get rid of Anders because he's been really bad for Green Bay. But, we didn't get Whelan back because he just didn't want to be able to, feel comfortable in life, I guess. And he'd rather be in free agency because I guarantee nobody went for him. Wait, did somebody actually go for him? Excuse me? There's no way, right? Even then, we'll just go with Tommy Townsend or Gillikin, I suppose. But, it is fitting. Like, I think what he missed, a field goal in 10 of his last 12 games, or some sort of kick when you add in extra points, which is fair, because points are points. But, in Madden, without a doubt, we replaced him. We have a better guy. We have the official year 1 roster. Jordan Love at quarterback, of course. We're going to have Dobbs at number 1, Reed at number 2, even though he is the better slot. And then Watson at number 3, only because of level of development, I think, makes the most sense. Dobbs is like the most polished receiver of this group. And he's 24, I believe, right? 24. So he still has time to develop, good release and all that. Whereas Watson, he's 25 now, and his release sucks. And he's really a one-trick pony for this team right now. And I don't know. Jaden Reed, obviously, he's got some potential, but he's younger. So even though he fits in the slot more, I think it makes more sense to start Reed over Watson. I don't know. I'm just hoping that at least 2 of the 3 guys, whether that's Watson and Reed or Dobbs and Watson, Dobbs and Reed, whatever, develop. So there's that. Jones, as much as I love him, once again, he's got to be gone after this season. 29 years old, dropped 3 overalls. It's just, even though he looks really good still, ratings-wise, his regression's up there, and he needs a contract, so it's just not going to work out. O-line, we tried. We added 2 new, decently high, draft pick linemen, and we need to replace them already. This just, like I said, remind me not to draft linemen in a user class. It's just, there's just not enough hiddens, and the CPU class has too many hiddens, so you just wait a year and you get like 4,000 of them. Musgrave, I'm hoping develops. I've had him develop a couple of times. Probably going to run the Falcons offense. Maybe, no, I'm going to keep the Packers. I wanted to run the Falcons because they're usually pretty good at developing the 2 wide receivers and a tight end, but we're going to let the Packers roster waste Musgrave, and that's basically it. But defense, corners are amazing. Safety's got new names, but they need time to develop. Edge, hopefully, is good for the future. D-line, I mean, we added some names. Some of them may be long-term options, but we still are a long ways to go. Well, Devontae Wyatt is back to star dev. Does he get an XP boost? 20K? That's why sometimes you don't hate those normal devs. He's 26 now because he started off as a pretty old rookie, but maybe that gives him a chance. All right, 86 mil. Kenny Clark needs a contract. I'm debating it. Jordan Love is asking for a lot. More than I was expecting from, like, an EA standpoint. Over 40 million per. I mean, we got to pay him because, I mean, he absolutely went off. He might want more than this. I mean, that is insane for an 82 overall, but it is what it is. Aaron Jones. I don't want to lose him. I love Aaron Jones too much. Eric Stokes, I guess a 2-year 8.8 for his youth and star dev is worth it. But Quay, we wait on. Devontae probably just gets replaced as a whole. 44 million. Kenny Clark, though. I mean, he is a low overall right now. Tackles for a loss, he's probably on par for 20. His overall is low, and he's going to want at least 20 per. Yeah, I can't do more than 20 per, dude. And I even did right there, and he still didn't want it. These low interests are really annoying. What is the... Oh, I gotta wait for next week. What was his interest, though? Super Bowl chase, scheme fit, and no income tax. Well, yeah, hell yeah, brother. But scheme fit, vertical zone run. That's what we have, but what's the scheme fit he wants? Or is it because of his... No, archetype doesn't make sense because it's field general. What the hell kind of scheme fit does he want, then? Well, I changed it to multiple zone run, and apparently it's, like, a lot more in his favor. Does that help? Oh, my God. And we have another dev up. The safety star dev with 10k XP. Okay, so we have went at, like, 500, and his ask or his motivation is way lower than it used to be. So, or better than he used to be anyways. A 5-year 210. I'm willing to drop this back down to a 5-year 213. That's the freaking contract. Boom. It's like 43.5 per. Holy crap, it's over. Aaron Jones, I mean, as a backup even, I think you maybe just remove him completely. I like him, but we need to save some money, and Benson, I think, is the future. The Packers finishing similarly to this real-life season, and they make it at 9-8 again, losing the Lions and now having to play the Lions again. Of course, looking at the season, it was a pretty iffy start and then a really strong finish for the most part, which is clutch, I suppose. But 9-8, getting back in. Let's see if we got any dev-up-worthy performances. Jordan Love, it's good, but it's not, like, great. It's very similar to what he did in real life, in fairness. Rushing, Jones was great. Benson as a backup, not bad, 4.1 yards per carry. If Jones gets X Factor from this, we maybe give him another year. Reed was good. Is it good enough for Superstar, though? I don't know. Dobbs was good. Definitely not enough for Superstar. Musgrave, hopefully good enough for Star. And Watson, not a bad season at all at number 3. Tackles were actually pretty good. Guards were decent. The best player on the freaking team, though. 5 sacks allowed, whereas Cohen gave up only 2. Defensively, Gary Crushet should be an X Factor. Sweat was decent considering he's a nose tackle. Kenny Clark was okay with good tackles for a loss. Wyatt was iffy, and then Van Ness was just useless pretty much. Walker maybe good enough for a dev up with those tackles. 3 interceptions isn't bad either. Gabe Jackson pretty good, missing only 2 kicks out of 17. Gillikin 50.9, basically 51. And that was basically it. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to Lamar Jackson. Any award wins? Rookie of the Year, not even on the list, all the way down to 9 and 10. That is unfortunate. Best quarterback at number 8. Best running back at number 3. Best wide receiver at number 4. Best O-line at number 10. Best D-line not on the list. Best linebacker, Rashawn Gary. We like that. A little surprised by that, actually. I thought it would have taken a little bit more than that. And then Gabe Jackson at number 3 for a kicker. But let's see it. The Detroit Lions, 85 overall, high upside team with a higher overall than ours, obviously, and a more complete team. But we have an 82 overall hungry team still. We still got all those rookie contracts and players that are still trying to make their way into this NFL space. And we're cooking right now, but the Lions are not going away. And 14-10. It's a good start. Can we finish, though? 21-10, 23-10, 29-10. Looking pretty strong. 29-13. 36-13, 36-21, 30-22. I don't know what the score was. I think it's 21. Very impressive win. Very impressive. Jordan Love cooked up. Jared Goff wasn't bad. Gibbs, where the hell is Montgomery? 2 carries from Montgomery. What does he get? Did he get hurt? Aaron Jones cooking as he does. Dobbs, not bad at all. And, yeah, I mean, a pretty good team win. Sack totals, Rashawn Gary is like our only pass rush. Interceptions, 1 pick for Campbell, and kicking was good. No missed kick to lose a game in the playoffs. That feels good. To the divisional round, we've seen this one. Don't be the Niners. Cowboys, I mean, it's a second home. But then again, I'm a realistic person. What the? Wait, hold the hell on. I never really noticed that, but it kind of went by quick. But did the outside of the stadium, did it not look like they had the biggest doors of all time? Did they really go that lazy with the outside look? Do they think that they have 20-foot tall doors and hallways and like there would be no room for anything? I don't even know. That was crazy to watch. And that's more than 20 feet even. But great start for Green Bay. But yeah, I'm a realistic person, right? I don't see this working out for us. The Cowboys and Sim are basically gods. Like, it's basically like going against the strongest boss of all time. Like, if there's ever like a top 10 boss fights of all time, the Dallas Cowboys in Madden 23, what Madden were we in? 24? The most insane team. Chiefs of 2023, the Cowboys of 2024, the number 1 boss fight of all time. Literally impossible. Jordan Love got smoked on. Dak was okay. Rushing, Aaron Jones is so good. I can't get rid of him. Especially if he's an X Factor, I have to keep him. I have no choice. I just have no choice. It's the Cowboys versus the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? The Cowboys are goated in Sim. It is the... Can we get to the game? The Ravens, they actually do win. Fair enough. We have $60 million, which is amazing money. What are the regressions? Oh, no. 81 overall. How do you live with that? That's crazy. He's still probably really good, though. Yeah, 90 speed, 88 juke. That's easily good enough to keep. Still got jukebox even. But in a Madden sense, I mean, I'll try to keep him if I can. But Benson, it's Benson's time. 80 overall for Benson. White, apparently. I got to change these. I always forget to, but I'll change them. But we did get some dev ups, right? We got Jaden Reed, who's now a superstar dev wide receiver. Love to see that. Awesome. And then, of course, Musgrave went up to star, which is big. He is now, 24, which is but still got a chance to develop. 75 overall. He's still young enough. We'll give him another season. And then Dobbs at 25, being an 80 overall really sucks, but we'll see. He still has got, he's got a chance. He had a pretty good year. He just didn't get a dev up. Surprised Jaden Reed did, though, to be honest. He was close, but I'm a little surprised. But Rashawn Gary goes to X Factor. No shocker there. And unfortunately, I believe everyone else stayed their same dev. But very good stuff for Rashawn Gary to get to Superstar X Factors. That'll, make it a little bit easier for him to develop and stay on the team going forward. But not Rashawn, but Kenny Clark, I think, went down 1 overall because he went to 85, and then he's now down to 84. But that's not bad. And then no other dev up, sadly. But yeah, not seeing really development from Van Ness. Not really seeing any development from the wide receiver group. I know Jaden Reed went up in dev, but even then, he's still kind of a low overall. We have more to work on. We still have our first through 7th round picks, I believe. And yeah, we'll see what we can do with it, as the team has a lot of good cornerstone pieces, even if we are missing, some starters still. O-line is probably a big focus for us as well. As much as I like some of the guys we have, and there are some young players that can develop, the devs not being Star Plus is just, it's too hard to work with. It's just too much of a risk to be like, oh, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Quay, I think you just re-sign him regularly. And then Aaron Jones, a 1 year, 8. That, I was about to say, that should have went. 51 mil left. Josh Myers, absolutely not. Wyatt, absolutely not. Kenny Clark, I don't know what we can do here. He's a left end, so I doubt the tag works. 1 year, 22 is like the max I can do. Okay, good job. That works. Over 20 for 2 years I think is a little bit too much of an ask, but I think at an 84 overall, he's worth one more season. And then the rest, Gillikin. Paying a punter is really just stupid, even if they're green. So the fact that he's not even green, it makes it pretty dumb to re-sign him. So we're going to let it all go, and we still have money. Not much, but enough. If we needed to find, if we saw someone we really thought was worth it, I think O-line, you just at this point have to draft young. It's a young team. There's no point in paying, expensive veteran linemen while we're still developing. Cooper would be a great wide receiver, but I don't know if Green Bay pays that. Joke would be cool, but I can't pay that. Julian Love. Yeah, safety is a problem. Williams I give up on really early in rebuilds, but at the same time, it's like, can I put all my eggs in this basket? I'm not sure, but what do we have for running back? Don't need it, I suppose. I think, Aaron Jones is still really good. Does he start? I think Benson starts and Jones would be the backup. I think it'd be kind of like more of a committee type of thing where it's like both of them get like 140 carries on the season or something like that, but I can't really do that in Madden, so we'll probably end up just starting Benson and see what happens. Give him a chance to get to that 90-plus overall and become a really good running back. Cooper, though, 91 speed, 88 excel. He's a really good wide receiver, but I don't want to give up on Dobbs. I want Dobbs to get one more chance. Once he's 26 and he's still normal, then I think about replacing him, I think. But 25 normal, if he gets a breakout during the season, gets a breakout at the end of the season, that's superstar dev. That's usable for sure. And, of course, he has really good base ratings. He's like a poor man's Donovan Peoples-Jones in game, at least. O-line, there are some names. Kelsey's actually retired already, let alone a year from now. Turner's interesting, but once again, these guys are so expensive. I don't know if I see the value. Havenstein, I don't know, like maybe a 1 year, like 10 if you were to stay. Taylor Decker, not stay, but want to. Taylor Decker would be interesting, maybe. Because once again, I have to differentiate Madden and real life. Zach Tom and Rasheed Walker might be the franchise tackles for the future, but in game, they just aren't. So I do have to play a little bit of the Madden game while playing as much realism as possible. DTs, they're more of nose tackles, if anything. We need some guys that can get to the quarterback, and those guys really aren't it. Sweat would be great, but I've never had success with him in Sim. Judon, he's actually probably really good, but I think we need to keep the youth anywhere we can. And I think we don't really care for anything else. Maybe a safety, actually. Tyrann Mathieu, probably not. But Julian Love, 83 overall with Superstar. Oh, he's asking for a lot. 13 mil per. No, thank you. All right, so it's just going to be Taylor Decker, but it's going to be such a low offer that it's almost guaranteed not to go. So, yeah, if we get him, sweet. Probably won't, though, and it's all draft again. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 25. I have a defensive lineman. I have offensive lineman. I have a wide receiver, and I'm probably just going to do the classic wait until we're down to one of them and just take best available. Wide receiver's not a problem now, but at the same time, Romeo Doubs is kind of like, will he, won't he? Whereas this guy's 21, 6'5". He could be a true number one, perhaps. But if I go defense, in back-to-back years to start this rebuild, I go defense in the first round, just like the real-life Packers. Oh, no. They've done it again. That cornerback actually looked pretty good, too. I'm actually thinking maybe I should trade up here. All of my players, I believe, are still here. We had 2 linemen. Actually, there was 3 tackles, but there's these 2. They have the wide receiver, but Spence looks really good. He looks like a proper, 3-4 pass rushing interior guy with smarts and everything. If he wasn't hitting, that would suck because Devontae Wyatt's, he's not good per se, and I don't think he has really much of a future as like developing wise, but he's good enough to start. So if we got a normal guy, it'd be really annoying. Do they need, it says they need a right end. I don't really want to give them Devontae Wyatt for free. Like Devontae Wyatt's probably worth at least a third. Let's see if a fourth does it. If not, maybe I do give him Devontae. Yeah, I mean, I could probably give him Devontae Wyatt and, like, get a fourth back. I think that would be fair. He's on a 1-year deal, and I'm not giving him I didn't give him the 5th-year option. I think that's fair. They disagree. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can give him a 5th and get, I don't know, we're moving up somehow. Really? They just don't want him. Well, we give Devontae Wyatt out to the Seahawks for like a mid-3rd, I believe. And then we're, of course, going to be trading up to the Colts using probably a 4th and like a 6th or something. Oh, we actually got Taylor Decker. I just, kind of simmed through, and I didn't expect to actually get him. That's actually pretty big. That's what she said. I wish. Okay, that makes things interesting. I'm just trying to, like, finish this trade off with, like, a random player. Do we save money getting rid of Preston yet? I actually would have to look. I don't know. I don't want to lose money on getting rid of a guy that, well, I mean, he's at least a mentor tag. So, if, let's just finish this trade off. If I can at least get a mentorship out of him while having to pay him, might as well, rather than just losing him straight up. So we made the trade, and with the pick, I believe we're going to be going with that defensive lineman, as there really wasn't much depth for interior, and obviously we just traded off, like, our starter. Spence looks like the best player. Even if he is normal, he does have a lot higher of an upside at 22 years old, so please not be normal, but at the same time, yes, fair enough. In development trade, he could still develop if he was normal, but that makes the trade feel a little bit better. So we traded a decent bit of draft capital, a 2nd this, a 5th this, a 5th and a 6th next for 7 spots up with the Bills. A bunch of DBs went in a row, and there is still a safety there, and I think that's the route we're going to go. As much as I want to develop Williams, and look at some of these quarterbacks, what the hell's going on here? As much as I want to develop Williams, I think it's just smarter to move on and just say, hey, let's just not do it. We can have better options, and I think that's what we're going to be doing here with Mr. I probably could have waited and just taken Ridley or Dupree, but with Mr. Dontrell Dupree, 21 years old, did not participate. However, a good speed, which is around like a 4.5-ish usually. He could be slow. Don't get me wrong. He could be slow, but a B zone, a B hit power. You know what? I'm starting to worry a little bit. I was pretty sold because I thought he was going to be like really the last guy there. But now I kind of want Brian Ridley and play him at say I'm taking Brian Ridley. Yeah, I just think it's safer. It's just safer. Maybe Dupree's good too, and I should have just waited till one of them was gone. But you know what? We got a hidden dev, likely free safety. That's good enough for me. Left guard, Wolf is still there. Right guard, Jordan. I think we sim until one of them is gone. We are moving draft picks. We trade 89, a 4th next, and a 4th the following year to move up 18 spots in the 3rd round, which keeps pick 12, but also gives us pick 7. So lose 2 fourths to do that, which is definitely a little sucky, but I just think that it's probably worth it. We're going to end up going with Anthony Jordan here, the 2-3 right guard with a bunch of different good ratings. Please be hit. Oh, I'm doing really badly in the draft. I am doing so badly with offensive linemen in the draft. So we ended up trading this pick for 101 and a 3rd next year from the Saints. So, I mean, we kind of lose. Like, we lose 2 fourths to gain a 3rd next year in a way. So, like, I mean, it's okay. I'm just hoping one of the centers is there. At this point, I've been so bad at drafting, though. Like, I don't really care to trade up to guarantee one of them. And they are still there. The 6'5 corner's still there, too. I think you got to go Hastings. He just looks like the best. And thankfully, he is hidden. And the 6'5 corner is still there. I've got to trade up for him in the 5th round. I really thought Carrington Valentine with a 7th was going to be enough, but they wanted Sean Ryan as well, so we give him that for the 5th round pick. They get a little bit of depth. Valentine's got 2 years left, whereas Sean Ryan's on his final deal, or his final year of his deal, so it is what it is. But 6'5", we've seen a lot of superstars like this. Let's see what we get. Wow, really? Sadly, normal dev. Okay, I mean, really hoping that 1st round lineman is good, but we kind of selling. These drafts haven't been, like, very good. I don't know. And his wide receiver's not spectacular, but he's a 2-3, 21 years old with a decent bit of speed. I'm just going to grab him. I mean, I can live with that for the 7th round. I mean, not the happiest camper here, but You know, as long as, yeah, some of the players are good. Free safety will be a starter. Spence will be a starter. Jordan will be a wasted pick. Hastings was good, though. Cornerback was iffy, and then wide receiver is pretty bad. But let's take a look at the main names, if you will. We'll take a look at the corners dev as well, since we have to move him anyways. I think we need a right end, so okay. Not really good power move at all, but really good block shedding. Disappointed, but 81 block shedding is ridiculous. But we're going to play him at right end. Dev, sadly only star. Looks a lot bigger than 287, I got to say. And I've seen like 350s that look like they're way smaller. Ridley, both styles very good. He's got good press, good catching. Block shed's not the best. Probably doesn't really fit as a free safety, I'm going to be honest with you. But unless one of the corners we currently have can play there, that's the best bet. We'll put him at number, I guess, 20. Dev. Star Dev. I do have to see Dupree, though, because he had better zone than man, but this guy is pretty good anyways. And then Hastings, I think we actually do need him at center. And then we're probably going to put Tom at guard with Rasheed Walker right tackle. We'll see. I got to see, you know, who's the best and where. Fair enough. But let's take a look at some of the players. Like Dupree, I really wanted to see. I wanted Tap the most, but I think he was one of the earlier safeties. Here's Tap, 76 overall with, of course, hidden dev, 78 zone coverage, 83 hit power. I would love to see what we got going on here. And, okay, star, fair enough. What about the rest of them, though? What about the guy that I passed on specifically? Was it McMullen? Was it? No, it was Dupree. Where's Dupree? Dupree was a 70 overall, so we might have... Yeah, we dodged a bullet. Oh, no, that's the wrong guy. Why did it skip over? I literally clicked on Dupree. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just dumb. 73 overall. Of course, hidden. 77 zone coverage. If he's Superstar Plus, I'm going to be so mad. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a 50-50 decision, but it's the decision we made. We ended up going with Jordan. It was either Jordan or Wolf. And, of course, Wolf was the hidden dev one. Gotta love that. I was kind of just hoping they would have both been there at 12, but I guess not. And his dev, star, not that it matters, because hidden is just what matters. I don't really care if it's Superstar or not. Monroe, probably hidden. I'm done. Season 2 and the offensive line is, I mean, it's looking better for now, but obviously Taylor Decker, unless we can afford him, probably will be gone soon, so we still need at least a right tackle and potentially a left tackle. Zach Tom, though, might actually be fine at right guard, and he'll be kind of cheaper. He actually looks pretty good. His run block power sucks, but everything else is fair enough. Probably fits more as a tackle with that power, lacking. Wide receiver is definitely something to keep an eye on. And then obviously Benson, he's really young, so I'm hoping he can develop. Defense, we need a new middle linebacker. Van Ness, I'm hoping develops. But honestly, outside of that, maybe replacing Kenny Clark, we're in a decent spot defensively. All those first-round picks finally adding up. We're having a 50-50 season, 60 mil. Quay Walker needs a contract. Obviously, he gets it. We're hoping he gets the superstar. A 6-year 54 is stealing him at that rate. Christian Watson, I think we give him that deal. Aaron Jones is gone. He might even be like straight up retired. A.J. Dillon's going to be gone. I have no idea how well Dobbs is playing, but we probably keep him. We definitely keep Tom. We probably lose Walker. We try to keep Decker, and we go broke. We actually finished the season pretty strong, and we get the win, which doesn't give us the division, but it'll give us an 11-6 season. I'm hoping that Benson did well. That's like the one guy I hope. Well, actually, Romeo Dobbs as well, because wide receiver is almost just as hard to get as running back, but it feels like there's a few more wide receivers in free agency, so you can always go that route. But let's take a look at the team. Oh, it's not going to be good for Romeo. Not bad for Love. Benson, pretty good, actually. And then, yeah, I mean, I paid Dobbs and I paid Watson, but, I mean, this is a wide receiver committee, which isn't a bad thing, but will it be good enough to win a Super Bowl? I don't know. Pass rush was pretty bad. You know, Spence and Clark with 7 sacks each, while Gary had 7, you know, as like a 90-plus overall X factor is just kind of stupid. Gabe Jackson was pretty bad. Gillikin was decent. Let's take a look if we had any awards. Spence, maybe Rookie of the Year. It'd be kind of clutch if he did. Please, anything? Nice. Finally. We haven't had like any award wins, I don't think. O-line, number 3 for Tom. He could have got to star Dev, which would have been awesome. But we're in the playoffs, and, well, we don't have Kenny Clark paid or A.J. Dillon paid or, Aaron Jones paid, but the guys we wanted to keep and expected to keep we are keeping, so at least something's going right, I suppose. Same overall as the Vikings as well, which once again, I don't know if it's even a good thing, but 7-0, 7-7, 14-7, not bad. The Vikings do not get the extra point, but it doesn't matter because they get the touchdown with the 2-point anywhere, the regular extra point, I suppose. 28-20, the Vikings are down a bit. They go for 2, don't get it. That extra point is costing them a lot, but will it cost them the game? From the 30, no, it's our ball, and we're headed on to the divisional round by beating our division rival. We can see that Beck is their quarterback, and he actually looks pretty good. Jordan played pretty well, too, though. Singletary is their running back. Benson was okay. Jefferson did his thing. Dobbs was great. Osborne was pretty good. Benson had another touchdown in the receiving game. Kenny Clark was very good, but just sucks. It's so low of an overall now that, you know, his ceiling is just gone, right? The Philadelphia Eagles also 86 overall, so, I mean, we're on par with pretty good teams, right? So we're doing something okay. I wouldn't say right, but we're okay. We're doing something averagely. End of the game. See it, 7 points, nice. We get the stop and the 7 points. Then we do it again. 14-3 is good. One time, oh, that would have been huge. Instead, it's only a 7-point game. Nice start to the third quarter. One more touchdown could do it, and I think we're gonna win. 31-17. 21. Yeah, I was about to say 23 points. They're one touchdown away. We're going to head to the championship round. Jordan Love, not great for touchdowns, but really good completion percentage. Got to assume there was some rushing touchdowns in there, and there was a lot of them. Just in general, both teams, Benson and Reed. Benson's killing in the receiving game, though. Rashawn Gary wakes up. Interceptions, meh. And there we go. And I did, halfway through the season, change to the Falcons' offensive playbooks, but it was the only way. We kind of sucked early on, and, you know, I feel like the Falcons, I wouldn't say have the same team as the Packers, but there's, you know, some similarities for their weapons. Holy crap, we couldn't even see it all. There was so many upgrades. I mean, there were a lot of them were mid, but it's still, that's a lot. Trey Benson, he's already really good elusive. I forgot. I'm still going to keep him going elusive, but I'm going to change everything right now so I don't forget. I'm changing it right now, damn it. The conference championship round against the Dallas Cowboys. Part two, and they have a higher overall, and Bland's an X factor. Going to the end of the game, 7-0, really good start. Cowboys are not going to let us hold that lead for long, though. It's 7-all now, and here it is, down by 7, down by 14. The Cowboys are just so damn busted in Sim. We talked about them being the final boss. They are the ultimate final boss. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. You just can't beat them in Sim. It's just nearly impossible. 34-21, we lose. We lose. Cowboys have won more against us in the playoffs in this rebuild than they have in the last, like, decade in real life. It's actually crazy. Running game, we were better than them slightly. Lamb killed it. We're about to lose freaking Kenny Clark as well. It's going to be another first-round defender for, like, the 40th straight time. Love it. Chiefs versus Cowboys, with the winner being the Cowboys. We lost to the Super Bowl champions. Lovely. All right, let's take a look at the dev ups. I imagine Romeo Dobbs is still normal dev. Musgrave is superstar, which is cool. Defensively, Spence goes up in dev, not a surprise. And basically nothing else. Need a new middle linebacker. Need a new left end, I would imagine. I highly doubt we're going to be able to keep Kenny Clark, even if he doesn't regress hard. Is this the year we can finally get rid of Preston? That'll save some money, because we're really broke, considering, you know, we're still a pretty young team that has cheap-ish contracts compared to the rest of the league. But let's go to the re-signing, see if there's anyone we can afford. We can get rid of Preston if we really want Kenny Clark back, but his price, it's a lot, even though he's worth it. But it is a lot. A 1-year 21, he's still good. I don't know what to do. He's still good, but we're broke. Like, we're really broke. We have to pay Lucas Van Ness next season as well, even though he's played like crap. But, I mean, if he's not going to do well, what am I supposed to do, though? Like, if he's not going to do well, then the next guy's not going to do well, because he's got pretty decent ratings. Well, maybe not, actually, because he just hasn't done anything. 79 power move at 25 is pretty bad, actually, but you can't really develop if your sim stats always suck. It's kind of how it goes. And then we have the free agency, which is about 25 mil. We have a little bit more money than we probably would have thought. Parsons would never be a free agent, so that one I'm not even going to argue. Jalen Johnson, maybe, but him, not a hope. Free safety, interesting. Don't really need that position. I mean, I just don't expect us to find like a DT that's young enough to like be worth signing. We're going to just go for a brand new youngster on the defensive line, I guess. All right, we're in the draft at 29. I put a couple of wide receivers on the list just to see if they would, be something I'd be willing to go for. And I think Wilson looks really good. And even though that's not our biggest need, we do actually for once have some DTs that are like a little bit later that we can take. So I'm kind of just thinking maybe we just go with Wilson. And if he sucks, well, just add it to the list of bad draft picks we've had, I suppose, which is growing. His route running looks really raw, but it seems like these athletic types are usually pretty decent. So I'm taking the chance. Maybe he's a starter, maybe not. And he's hidden dev with 97 speed. That's a win. We now move on to 29. We do have a third this year, right? We might have 2 thirds. Ooh, pick 6 level third, which is juiced. DTs, oh no, we're down to just 1. I might even reach a little bit here just... Well, actually, it doesn't matter because we don't need him anyways, but Ballmer's still here. Is that... I don't know what that means because we could have easily taken either of them, so... Did we reach on the other guy? I don't know. The other guy's hidden anyway, so it doesn't matter, but we're going to go with Jeromepkr, who needs to literally be a starter and carry this D-line. And, of course, he's normal. Sweet. Pick 29. We definitely need a linebacker, maybe 2, so... Do I go linebacker now? We have Hoffman, Pike... Lawson, Holloway, Wall looks really good, I can't lie. 22 years old, though. I'm taking Wall early. And he is headed. Nice. Offensive lineman could always help. I did pay Decker that 2-year, 34, so we're okay on the offensive line, but it would be nice to grab at least 1 lineman. We trade a third this, a 5th next, and Dontavian Wicks to the Jets for a 3rd round draft pick. Our very next draft pick is now in the 7th round. We're going to be taking the only lineman remaining, which is Nate Mullins, who looks really good in fairness, though. More of a center type, but Nate Mullins is the pick, and he's hidden. I can't be too expecting of hidden devs on the offensive line because we have... definitely struggled to draft hiddens, especially on the offensive line in this rebuild, but things are looking better. We still got a lot of normal linemen, but that adds to the list of hiddens. I don't even know if he starts year 1, but it's something. And we kind of need a punter, I think. So Hobart, the only halfway decent kick power guy, 90 with a B or an A accuracy, I don't know, but let's take a look at the draft recap. We do need to start some of these players. Of course, the one guy that wasn't hidden is the guy that we need to start the most. I suppose he is a 73 overall, which is okay. Wide receiver, Terrence Wilson. I don't know what to do with this group of wide receivers because we just have so much talent, but no one's taking the next step. Like Jaden Reed, superstar, he's 83, 84 overall, but even he's kind of lower. Dev? Ooh, superstar, though. That is nice. I think we need a left end, so Jeromepkr will be there. 79 finesse, 73 block shot. That's actually really good, though, even though he is a normal lineman or D lineman. Put him at left end. What else do we have? Middle linebacker is a 75 overall, which is really nice. What is his zone coverage? 70, 75 block shed. Field general is his archetype, too. We kind of drafted another Quay Walker. That's actually kind of insane. I don't know what number to put him at. 44, why not? Star Dev. Kind of looking like another Quay Walker here. And then Mullins. It might actually be right guard we need. Oh, no, we have Tom there. I don't know what position. Future left tackle, maybe? Or actually, we don't have a right tackle at all, do we? Maybe we move... I think we're going to move Tom back over there, so we actually will just keep him at right guard. There's probably some guys we missed, but I'm fine with just moving on and being like, hey, that's what we drafted. It is what it is. By the way, I released Preston Smith, and he's $1.3 million to re-sign. So basically, you could argue that we could have restructured him to that contract and he just gets the $4 million. So basically he's on a $5 million deal when you factor in the fact that we had to pay a $5 million penalty. So that's basically the way that's going to go. I don't really care because, I mean, realistically, I released him and I re-signed him. What do you want from me? I paid him what he was asking for. So what do you want? It is Season 3 and Reed is just going to get the number 1 spot. Just whatever. Who cares at this point? Can't remember how much I paid Dobbs. I know Watson's on a 2-year 15. Benson obviously starting running back. O-line actually does look pretty good. Decker's here for another 2 seasons, I believe. Mullins is the starter, and Tom we paid a 4-year 42, I believe. So, I mean, some of the contracts are a little different than we're used to, which is nice. We're actually able to keep most of the original team intact. If Kerry can develop well, though, there's not really much we need. This is a team that should be pretty good this year, but we'll see what happens as, we haven't really been the best in Sim. We've won a good, couple of playoff games, but overall we've barely gotten to the playoffs at times, and, the scheme change needed to happen, and we'll see what happens this season, though, when we're full on Falcons offense. Like I said, I think it's a pretty fair scheme to run. It's not OP, but it also, attacks the positions that we have strengths at. I'm also going to be taking away that 5 tackling and put it onto power move, because, well, he got the camp standout. EA just doesn't know the difference between an outside linebacker that passes the rush. Yep, that rushes the passer, and one that does not. We're having a very good season. Jair needs a contract. That's like a 2 or a 3 year. Reed will get a contract. Musgrave will get the contract. Stokes, that's pretty good value, so he'll get the contract. Lucas Van Ness might be let go, though. Elton, I don't know about, but the other ones we will be trying to keep. All right, the playoffs, and boy, do we have ourselves a bye week. Not bad. Okay, that's the wrong thing. Not bad at all. Really good season. I ended up paying, everyone. I think there might have been one person I forgot to pay, actually. Was there? No, I think I might have done it all. Yeah, I think I did a 3-year 42 for Reed and a 2-year 34 for Elton. We did our thing. All right, and Jordan Love did his thing as well. Could go to Superstar. Benson could go to Superstar. Reed, decent. Watson, not bad. Musgrave could go to X Factor. Dobbs, Wilson getting wasted. Not you know what I mean. We might end up trading Watson off. It's a weird situation because Wilson needs to start probably, and I think Dobbs has a longer contract. Sweat, the nose tackle, killing it. Van Ness, I mean, he really didn't deserve the contract, but the price was just too good not to. It was like $13 million per. I think it was just worth it, and he's a high overall. Any award wins? Please, the rookie. Yes, but no. You know what I mean? I want to carry, but that's fine. We might need a new interior guy. Alden Jenkins is a superstar. We love to see it. We got a Kicker of the Year award win. Why not? Why the hell not? Team's in a good direction right now. Let's take a look. If we can win a Super Bowl, going up against the Giants, we're an 87 overall. They're an 84 overall. This is looking good. Looking good. Going to the end of the game, the Giants with 7. We tied up. They don't do anything with it. We have a chance. We do score, so we're up by 3. Defense is trying to hold on as the offense is really not doing enough. 10 all. I mean, what is going on? They get a field goal, and our offense is just non-existent. Come on, offense. Did we get it? Fumble recovered. We lost. Wow. Wow, bro. We lose to the Giants. Oh, my God, bro. That's so sad. This offense was so bad. And, I mean, there's not really much I can do to change that unless we get, a free agent wide receiver or something. I'm not really sure what we do from here. Because the offense is just not going to develop quick enough, I don't think, whereas the defense finally is an elite self, but then the offense sucks. I don't know what to do, but we play on. Season 4 coming up. See if we got any dev-ups. Maybe Musgrave, maybe Love. Of course, they lose to the Super Bowl contenders who win. Nice, sweet, love it. And we do have those dev-ups. Musgrave and Love both go up in dev. Jordan Love's now 28, which is crazy. But Superstar Development trait, Inside Deadeye, Lofting Deadeye, those are pretty good abilities. Musgrave, the X Factor, only an 82 overall, but he's still pretty good, and he's still young enough to develop, obviously. Then we move on to the defensive side of things. Kerry maybe get a dev-up on his own. He doesn't. Wall goes up to Superstar, and Kinchins goes up, I believe, to Superstar, which is pretty cool. Safety dev ups are usually really rare for me. I would love to see Jalen Johnson get a dev up though, because he's 91 overall. He's 28, so he's gonna start regressing soon if we don't get that dev up. But Wall getting a dev up is nice. Quay Walker still not superstar, which is a little bit of an L, but hey. We're more on the up than we are the down. We now move on to the re-signings where we have over 40 mil, I believe, or around 40 mil at least. If it ever wants to show us at least. 37 million. We have the Phil Staff, which is great. Sweat. There's no reason to take that 5th-year option. There's just not. There's just simply not. If it was the 5th year, maybe. It's like the 5th and final season. But we have a potential 2 more seasons left to play. So it'd be kind of dumb to do that. What about Devondre? Because he does have the mentor tag. It's a little costly, but not that much. I'd be willing to do this. Yeah, I mean, you get that mentor tag, which you have 2 really young, developable middle linebackers. I think that makes sense. Keaton Mitchell might be a free agent again. Kamara might be a free agent again, so we'll just wait those out. And Preston Smith, is he I know Adrian Amos is a mentor. Back-to-back years back with Green Bay. But fair enough. We still have 32 mil. We got a couple of mentors back, and really the only position of need is maybe another defensive lineman because Carey really didn't work out, and then possibly a wide receiver, but I think that would have to be like a big name in free agency. I don't think it's worth, and Tyreek Hill is that big name, but I just don't think it's worth going for someone else in the draft. I think we'd just be resetting, and I don't know if we have the time for that. But I also don't know if Tyreek Hill is either a smart option for us, but also a realistic option. We did a 2-year 42. Would he be interested? Okay, we'd have to pay too much. I'm not down for that. Karlaftis, we don't need an edge rusher. I think we probably save our money, which is probably pretty smart. All right, here we are with pick 28. We did have a round 1 DT, but there's just no way a guy like him stays as long as even close to 20. So I am just going to skip to that pick there. We do have 2 other types, actually. Cohen, who is an A power move, and then we have Hillman, who is an A power move, but A tackle. We had luck with a guy that was a little undersized last time, right? I think Spence, A power move. I mean, that's decent. We'll see. I don't know, because there's also some other players. Kent, the cornerback, looks very good. It wouldn't be the worst thing to have depth at that position either. He looks amazing, actually. And then what else did I have? Was it a wide receiver? Wide receiver is still there. Newkirk, the 6'5" B release, decently fast B catch in traffic wide receiver. Don't think I really need him though. Clement I definitely want though. I think the smart thing would be to grab one of these DTs, and if they don't work out, we grab Burnett. Although he's a nose tackle anyways. I don't know who to take. Cohen might be safer. He's 21, 36 reps versus 22, 31 reps. I think I have to take Cohen. Kevin Cohen, A power move. Hidden dev. We cooked. We're safe. Everyone's happy. And Clement is still there, as you would kind of expect him to be. I think I kind of want another linebacker. Maybe I want Burnett, actually. We're going to go with Clement a little early, just because he looks amazing, and more importantly, I want to know what I'm looking at for the next round. And there we are with Hidden. We are going to keep going until we're down to either one linebacker or one DT. I want Burnett the most. I think that's the position we need the most, but I don't know if I'm going to trade up high for him. Maybe I do. Haddon or Hayden with 2 Ds. Catalan and a 3rd-round pick to move up, I don't know, like 10, 15 spots. A little bit of an overtrade, I guess, but players that we don't really technically need. We have great depth always. And I'm going to be going here, I believe. This wide receiver looks really good too, though. Marquise Oakley. Looks like one of those superstar dev can't miss type of players, but don't think we really need wide receiver other than like a true number 1 wide receiver. I'm going to go with Oscar Burnett, who is hidden development trait. I mean, we've seen a lot of superstars like that as well. I would probably guess star dev, but you just never know. I don't remember drafting a fullback forever, so we're going to go with Zach Madison, who looked kind of like the best. 85 strength, though. That's actually really good. 6th round fullback. All right, let's take a look at the overalls of the players we took. I do want to take a look at Hillman because we kind of chose youth over the other guy, which I think makes sense, right? But let's see. So 73, 73, 72, 74. Not the best of overalls, but Kevin Cohen, 73 overall with 80 power moves. So he's a really good pass rusher, which is nice. Going to play him at left end. That's the position we need the most. Left end. What's the dev? Star dev. We'll have to take a look at Hillman, see if he was superstar or something like that. Number 94, whatever. The offensive lineman. We have I'm going to look at the DT because the O-lineman I don't think actually ever starts. 82 power move for the nose tackle, which is really good. Maybe we let Sweat go. I don't know. We'll see. Dev. Yeah, superstar. I mean, it gives us options. That is for sure. Damn, Hillman went all the way to 20 in the 2nd round. His power move is actually pretty raw, and just like our guy, his block shed's not great. What's the dev, though? Star dev. Okay, I mean, we made a better choice, but that is surprising that he went that late. And then Kent, of course, as we expected, was going to be great. Hitting development tray with all the speed in the world. 80 man coverage. I mean, that is a top 10, top 15 pick that went all the way there with superstar. I don't regret anything, but damn. It was such a clear-cut pick, and he went that late. I need a backup. They need a lineman. I'm down. Joe Mixon's 31. I think we lose that trade technically, but I am absolutely down when we have no running backs. And he's got the mentor tag. Why the hell wouldn't I? It is season 4, and Wilson's going to be the number 2 because no one else is developing, so why even start them? Dobbs, I suppose. He's slightly younger than Watson. O-line is coming along, kind of. And then we look at the defensive side of things. Not bad. We just need Lucas Van Ness to play better. And, I mean, this is a good team. It's a good team. And we had a bye week, and we did nothing with it. Somehow losing the Giants. But then again, Giants somehow winning the Super Bowl. So, it is what it is there, too. But, here we go. Wait, is Spence an X Factor? No way. That is rare to get. Lucas Van Ness is a superstar now. I mean, these breakouts are going crazy. All right, 105 mil. Gary gets a contract. Kinchins gets a contract. Benson obviously gets a contract. Johnson gets a contract. Sweat we'll have to see about. And that's pretty much it. But we have 105 mil, so we're actually all right. Maybe we do keep everyone we can. Spence might actually get the 5th-year option there, which is usually not something we do, but I think it makes sense here. I might even go with a 4-year for Gary, because let's be honest, we're going to keep him until he's gone. Wow, okay, I actually thought putting all that extra money on was a waste for us, but I guess not. All right, what do we got for... Oh, my lord, these contracts. 71 mil left, though, and we have most of the money tied up. Benson until he's 30, which is great. Anyone else? Jalen Johnson will do... We'll do a 3-year deal. I mean, if he gets the superstar, it's a super cheap deal for us. But if he doesn't, a little bit of an L. Sweat. He's a good player. Block shed's great. That's what you want from your nose tackle outside of the one that we got. He was great last year. Not great this year, though. Maybe he's not the guy. Maybe... the money isn't crazy bad. I like the overall, though. That's really what's keeping me in it. 32 mil left, and we have everyone accounted for, so we're fine. Well, we don't have Decker accounted for, but I don't think I want to keep him anyways. And here we are to the playoffs. Not getting the bye week this time, maybe because we lost that final game to the Bears, but we'll take a look anyways. We had a pretty good season yet again. Obviously, 13-4 is very good, but will we be able to win a damn Super Bowl is the real question. I don't know. I really don't know, because this team is still weak at certain points, but quarterbacks played well. Running backs playing really well. Once again, receivers, it's a committee, right? There's 4 guys with 700 plus yards, which is not bad. Very, Green Bay Packer-like, especially in real life. That's kind of the whole point of me saying that. I don't know why I said especially. Spence killed it. The edge was terrible, though. Jair was amazing. Gabe only missed 1 kick, and it was a blocked kick. The punter was pretty good. Award wins. I mean... Jordan Love was pretty good, right? Number 6 for MVP. Any award wins. Cohen wins Rookie of the Year, which is amazing. Elton Jenkins wins O-Lineman Year of the Year again. Spence at number 2. Jair number 1. Got some award winnage. And a couple of close calls. the Detroit Lions. Playoff Blizzard, I don't really care. I mean, it would help us anyways, so it is what it is. But 2 overalls up on them. That's not a lot, but it still makes us better. All right, going to the end of the game. The Detroit Lions, 3-0, 7-0, 7-6. Better than the last playoffs. I mean, we barely scored in the last playoff. 17-13. Halftime will remain that score. Come on, huge touchdown. Field goal's good, but not great. 20 all, 27-20, 27-27, and we kicked the field goal. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't run out of time. And they will hold on, 30-27 over the Detroit Lions. Not bad at all. What about the quarterbacking? Jared Goff, 0 touchdowns. Jordan Love with 3 interceptions. Gibbs, however, with 3 touchdowns. Musgrave, 2 touchdowns. We like it. Sewell gave up some sacks, which is surprising. And kicking was perfect, which it needed to be. To the divisional and hopefully beyond our control is going to be against the Cowboys. Sweet. Going to the end of the game. Come on. We got to beat this Cowboys team one of these times. All right. Good, strong start. Up by 3. Come on. He can't be given... Oh, good field goal, though. I was going to, slow sim just to see if they get it. Up by 2. It's a close game. Up by 9. Up by 12. And we're going to move on. I like to see it. We're headed to the championship round, beating the Cowboys. Could this be our year? Could it be? Benson, decent. Love, obviously, great. Looking at sacks, not really much to show. No picks. Kicking was perfect. It was a really clean game. Who's in the championship round? Not the Giants again, bro. For real? Actually, though? Who do they play? The Falcons, I guess. That's... Not again, dude. Please stop. 91 overall versus their, 85. Caleb Williams, he's not even an X factor at this point. Going to the end of the game. Nice long rushing touchdown. Benson maybe carrying there. 7-0, 14-0. Come on, defense. Oh, come on. I was about to say, no way they tie it. Up by 14. Could be a Super Bowl trip. 1 touchdown wins it. Kind of opens the door for him. Not even kind of. Full on opens the door, but the defense holds on. And the Packers win, moving on to the Super Bowl. We have another pretty good game from Love. At least he didn't throw picks. It wasn't really that good completion percentage-wise, but didn't throw picks. Benson was amazing with a 99-yard rushing touchdown. I have not seen a 99-yard AI rushing touchdown. Gary Cook, so did the defense in general. Jair with a pick. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Can the Packers win one? I don't even care. Give us a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl. Just give me some bad team. The Ravens. The Ravens. Okay. I mean, it could have been worse. I think the Chiefs are a bit more OP in sim. Ravens did beat the Chiefs by 1, too. That is a close game. Holding the Chiefs to 27 points, though. I don't know how to feel about that. DevOps. Jordan Love could be an X factor. And he is. Benson goes up in Dev as well, which is awesome. About time. Superstar Dev and then Jordan Love, the X Factor. How high of an overall is he? 90 overall now, which is pretty nice. He's actually really good. His accuracy is great across the board, and he has 94 throw power. I mean, he dev'd up very well. And then defensively, Spence goes to X. No, he went to X Factor on his own. Van Ness went to X Factor, or to Superstar on his own as well. Kind of forgetting some of the names here. And then Cohen obviously got his dev up from the Rookie of the Year award win. Did they say 2? Give us double XP. Nice. We like it. But here it is. 2 overalls up on the 89 overall Ravens. We're in Tampa. And we're trying to win a damn Super Bowl. Can Jordan Love and crew do it? Can we do it? We didn't really make a crazy trade in this one either. A lot of our realistic rebuilds lately, we've been going for some super high overall wide receiver trade or pass rusher or something. This one didn't have that. We actually traded off more than we gained. Up by 7, up by 10. One more touchdown could do it. And the Packers have won the Super Bowl. Something I feel like I won't say sometime soon, although they played really well this year. Once again, it's pain to hear the whole, they didn't, no one expected them to be here and all this business. But it still hurts, because whether they were expected to or not, this team felt like it was at least the last couple of games, the last couple of months even, last two, were winning games that I felt like, the best Packers teams I've ever seen wouldn't win. They were just cooking. They were cooking, and I mean, they were really feeling like favorites to win it as the 7th seed. After the, middle of that Niners game, like, hold up. Wait a minute here. Maybe they're legit. And then, the refs, and then nobody having hands happened. So, it is what it is. But Jordan Love holds a trophy. I would love for him to at least hold one again. Not even again, but the Packers hold one. The whole, 2 Hall of Famers, only 2 Super Bowl rings. If it happens again and Love becomes a Hall of Famer and it's 3 Super Bowl rings total, I don't care, dude. 1 ring every 15 to 20 years is A-okay to me, all right? Even though it's not really 15 to 20 years, it's... actually... Hold up. Kind of. But Jordan Love, pretty good. Lamar Jackson, pretty good on the ground. Love outperforming Lamar. Who would have thought? Benson, pretty good. Nothing, spectacular. Pass rush, Cohen had himself a sack. Gary and Johnson combined for 1. No picks. And then Gabe Jackson, give him some credit. Not missing kicks and just cooking up some wins for us. I'll show you guys the Super Bowl results. And we'll take a look at some of our players and head on out of this rebuild. A 4-year rebuild, not bad. We've had a little bit better recently, multiple Super Bowls in basically 4 years. But, a Super Bowl win on a rebuild is a dub and a half without a singular doubt. We already kind of looked at Jordan Love. Let's take a look at some other guys. I don't remember if we actually looked at Benson. I think we seen his overall was like 93, but I don't remember actually clicking in on him. But I'm curious to see this wide receiver group because it was kind of all over the place, right? Benson could easily be developed as a trucking back too. Such a high ceiling. Like I said, kind of David Johnson-like, but even faster. Jaden Reed, 89 overall, 27-year-old. No release, but very good short route, decent medium, very good catching, and he's fast enough. And then we go over to look at Wilson, who only just got a start. Once again, we were all over the place with these wide receivers. Very good release. He's got potential. He's definitely got potential. Probably should have just started him out the gate, but I still just believe that, Dobbs was going to develop. He got to an 85 overall, which isn't bad, but I was expecting more. I do like the fact that this was more of a wide receiver committee rebuild. Usually it's like we have one really good wide receiver, and then the second receiver's not bad. This one's just a bunch of average receivers combining to make a good enough unit. Jordan Love spreading the ball around, cooking. Luke Musgrave, insanely fast. Medium routes, really good. Deep routes, decent. He's obviously solid. O-line, is there anyone we want to take a look at? Probably not, I guess. Elton Jenkins and Zach Tom, I suppose, since they're real-life players for us. Really good. Run block power is a little iffy, but every other rating is really solid. Tom, back to tackle. That's what Green Bay does, moves the linemen around. That was another realistic type move from us. Still did not upgrade that run block power, which is really low. 84 overall for Van Ness, who's now 26, maybe 27, I'm not really sure, but 89 power move. He's decent. Never put up a decent season, but he's decent. What about Rashawn Gary, who, even he was selling. I really wasn't seeing much numbers from him. Very good power move, pretty athletic, obviously, and I still just don't understand why we couldn't get a consistent sacking season. Quay Walker, though, very good block shed zone coverage. We're kind of struggling to keep that field general, though, which maybe affected the fact that he couldn't get to Superstar. Jermaine Wall got to Superstar very quickly, though. 83 overall, actually. Better block shed and zone already, which is a little surprising. Then we move on to the safeties, which, hey, Green Bay's got safeties. Who would have thought? Ridley, who is actually a cornerback. Pretty good man and zone coverage. Still pretty young to develop, obviously. And then we have Kinchins, who's a little bit more of a traditional safety. Straight up just great zone coverage. 94 zone coverage with a little bit of speed. No hip power, but that's all right. Then we move on to the cornerbacks. Jair Alexander, 97 overall, 30 years old. Really, really good. Basically, pretty close to maxed for the ratings that matter. Then we move on to Jalen Johnson, the 92 overall player, who never got to Superstar, but really good corner, best cornerback duo in the league by quite a margin. Spence, maybe our best pass rusher now, with 80 block power move and a 92 block shed. Really strong, but I don't understand how the high block shed, iffy, pass rush DNs, interior usually even, are the ones that always put up the numbers. I don't get it. Very good power move from Cohen. Not much going on with the block shed, though. And then the final player, Sweat, who we just recently re-signed. We kind of already know his ratings. Has 87 power. Block shed with 75 a power move. Great strength. And I guess we'll take a look at Gabe, who had a really bad year of that one season, but then won Kicker of the Year and hasn't looked back since. 99 kick power, 94 accuracy. Why the hell not? Cooked. Anyways, though, that's going to be it for this realistic style rebuild. If you guys enjoyed, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK plays for non-Madden content. If you liked, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your continued support on the channel. And I don't know if there was a video earlier today or not, but if not, oh well. Tomorrow, second channel, probably Spider-Man. And then we'll be back with some Bears playoffs and some Texans franchise on Wednesday. Then we'll have a rebuild on Thursday, which let me know what team you want to see next. I have a bunch of different teams that I have on a list and some that I don't have on a list that maybe deserve one. So let me know, and maybe that'll be the next team. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,